Okay.
It's no secret. We're all different. We know Kym is different because she likes to put sugar in her grapes.
Okay, and we all know Brielle's different because she still likes to acknowledge cheer as a sport, but anyway. So who in here prefers tea over coffee?
Raise your hand if you prefer the beach over mountains.
Raise your hand if you put pineapples on your pizza. Y'all nasty.
Before the real question, raise your hand if you think water is wet.
Okay, the point is there are many things that differentiate us, but in the end, we can all learn something from each other. Everybody take a look at their fingerprint. Now look at your neighbors. You'll notice that not a single person has the exact same fingerprint as you. That wasn't an accident. Those subtle differences that define your fingerprint make us unique individuals.
And as individuals, we should learn and embrace each other's differences and use them to learn about varying genders, sexualities, ideas, and more.
So being a minority is an obvious difference to point out when comparing myself to many of my peers, but being a minority that plays lacrosse has been an experience in itself. You know, in the Black community, a lot of people are drawn to sports like football and basketball, and if you see me play, you know it's not really. So when I get asked the question, well, what sport do you play? And I respond with lacrosse, it seems a bit unorthodox. I spend a lot of time embarrassed and wanting to fit in so bad and be like everybody else, but then luckily I realized that it's okay to be different. I need to own my differences and treat them like blessings rather than burdens.
Growing up as a twin, there was always imposed competition between my brother and I. People would ask us questions like, oh, who's the smarter one? Who makes the better grades? When in reality, we've always been two completely different individuals. For instance, he liked social studies while I liked math. He liked robotics while I liked cheer. We were always two completely different individuals.
But similar experiences can not only be shared amongst individuals, but also groups.
One unique experience that Kym and I both share is being African American women in society and here at Baylor. Growing up, we've had to understand the struggles of both women's rights and Black issues.
So for a while, it seemed that Black males were the primary targets when it came to police brutality. But then the slaying of Sandra Bland happened, and that kind of gave Brielle and I that wake-up call that not only were Black males subject to being murdered during routine traffic stops, not only were Black males unsafe in their own neighborhoods, but so were we. So were Black women.
And if you find situations like this unrelatable because it happens too far away, well, we can assure you that our identity as African American women affects us here at Baylor. For instance, some of you know that the security guards are now armed with guns. This was a measure taken to help us feel safer in light of recent school shootings.
While it was meant to make us feel safer, it actually makes students like Brielle and I feel rather uncomfortable and nervous. On nights that we go to the library, it's really hard to miss those patrolling guards in their cars or sometimes on foot. Usually, Brielle and I are dressed in sweatpants and sweatshirts, and that just so happens to be the clothing that Trayvon Martin was wearing when he was supposedly a thug or up to no good. At the sight of the guards, my heart rate immediately picks up. Questions begin to flood my mind. Why are they staring so intensely at us? Do they know that we go to school here? Do they think that we're a threat? You know, that walk from the library to my dorm is only a minute, but that minute feels like an eternity.
Situations like these made us recognize that African Americans face different struggles and plights than others do. It also called attention to the heightened tensions in today's society.
Therefore, it is important for us to use our voices to educate and to understand each other.
And we pretty much feel as if that as individuals, we should always come together and embrace each other. And while we support our own uniqueness and we encourage it, it is also always important that we come together and we talk about what's going on in the world around us.
We need to try new and uncomfortable things. We need to talk to each other, try to grasp our global community.
This isn't just a race thing, this is a people thing. Thank you. Go be ready.